So Tiffany Smiley, I'm going to be bringing her back on the show again and again. I think it's so important. She is such a great advocate for veterans' families and for veterans in general. And just her work has been extraordinary, as well as her husband, Scotty Smiley. I'm going to beg him to come on the show too and get him on the show. I think that's just that important because we need more people to expose what is happening at the swamp here in Washington, D.C. And we need people to hold crazy people like John Brennan accountable. Let's play that clip again, Rich, of John Brennan, just so everybody...
And it brings together an unholy alliance frequently of
muckers, buggerers,
religious extremists, authoritarians,
bushwhackers, hornswagglers,
fascists, bigots,
horse thieves, bulldykes,
racists, nativists,
train robbers, bank robbers, ass kickers, shit kickers,
even libertarians,
and Methodists.
Could you repeat that, sir?
So great. It's the greatest. It's the greatest montage ever. But listen to what John Brennan is saying. He literally was accusing everyone in his commentary without the added, fun stuff from Blazing Saddles. But he was actually accusing anybody who supported President Trump or thought differently than the elitist establishment. He's accusing them of being like some kind of anti-American, crazed terrorist, right? I mean, this is really what the CIA director, former CIA director, was saying. He hated President Trump that much. And now we're seeing that. We're seeing this type of, again, it wasn't about President Trump. Let me just make this clear. He did hate President Trump, but what he hated was the American people, the populist, right, movement, the people that said, we're so sick of this elitist establishment that we are going to try it out. We're going to vote for President Trump because we don't want the swamp anymore. And the swamp just went berserk. They lost themselves. They still are. They're doing everything they can. The reason why they have been slightly more successful, and the reason I say this is because we've seen how they've basically usurped the media. They've taken control of the media. They've taken control of our institutions, for the most part, our higher education, our institutions of higher education. They've got all their leftist, elitist, swamp-dwelling creatures in there teaching our children to hate this country. The reason that's why they're able to do that. That's why they've been a little bit more successful. So it's up to us to really call them out on it. It's up to us to hold them accountable. It's up to us to teach our children how extraordinary and wonderful this nation is. And look, this is not just me saying this, right? I'm not just saying this. I know you feel it too. When you go out on the 4th of July and you're having, a barbecue with your family and friends, or when you go to a hospital like Tiffany and I did, and our husbands are in a bed, we don't know if they're ever going to come out of it. We don't know if they're going to live. They've lost their eyesight, and a nurse walks up or a doctor and comforts us, and we get the best treatment and the best care. And families are able to speak out loud and talk and fight for our husbands' rights, which you can't do in other countries. You're not going to do that. Not even in Canada, not even in England. Where you don't have the same systems, where we can hold people accountable and we can find support. We are the most giving nation on planet Earth by far. We give so much, even when there's flooding in another country, or, we saw what happened in Thailand, with the tsunamis or whatever. There is a natural disaster on planet Earth. The American people, you and I, we are the first to open our pocketbooks and say, here, all I have is $5. Here, I have $2,000. Here, let me help you out. We do that all the time. Stop letting these crazy lawmakers, these divisive, unholy alliance, like John Brennan likes to say, tell you anything different. They are so negative and so nasty, and they just want to tear this nation up. And if we feed into that, and if we allow them, then we will lose our nation. I promise you that. But if we stand up, if we put people in office that literally care about us, people that believe in this country, that do not want to fundamentally change this country, but want to make it better with what it already has. The greatest piece of paper on planet Earth, the greatest idea is that Constitution. That's it. I am so grateful and proud to be an American. I am frustrated sometimes. It's a fight worth fighting, though, folks. It's a fight worth fighting. We have to be willing to do that. We can't be afraid to stand up and to speak out. We cannot be afraid to do that. And I know we aren't. I know all is not lost. I know that when I go through an airport and I see people and you come up and you're like, thank you so much for what you do. And I thank you for what you do. And we're all talking and and I feel that great American spirit and I feel proud. I feel proud.